Hi guys, Shane again. It's Sunday midday, 22nd of May. I thought let me just quickly update you from last week's video. Alright, so if I'm looking at Bitcoin now, this is the weekly chart. If I zoom that out, remember I said to you guys, please do not start panic selling now. This is the time to start accumulating. If I look at this structure, and I told you guys there's a big flat here for the wave 4. Remember, I use Elliott wave for my technical analysis. For the last few years, it's been very good. Obviously, in the past, my traditional technical analysis from 20 years ago, I still keep that in the back of my mind, but Elliott wave for me is the way to go forward. Okay, so I'm waiting for this to finish off its last little move down here and start accumulating. I've already started accumulating yesterday, just for the small run we're going to have today, or should have it today. And after that, I'll reassess it, but I think we're still going to have one more little dip before we actually see the bulls getting in. Okay, so if you're holding, great, get in now and get in lower and just keep adding. If you are not familiar with Elliott wave and you just old school trend lines and so on, let me just see what I can show you. Okay, I'm in normal view. Let me go to log scale because this is such a big move from whatever this is, 3,000 to 60,000. I need to put a log scale just to bring it into perspective. Okay, so let's just see where we're at. If I draw my channel lines, okay, let me just see if I can find it. There it is. And I put it in there for you. Or let me just make this longer. There are a few things you need to be aware of. For those who like to look at the trend lines, we've had our 1, we have a 2 bounce over there, a 3 came back to this channel line where in theory we should have a bounce again. Although you can see how it has done a nice long wick down here, which wasn't great, but it did turn up again. So I'm waiting for something else to happen here. It could also be, like I said, one more dip down. It could be a long wick and then just a violent reversal after that. But either way, these are the areas to start looking at, and we're looking for our next wave 5. All right, so that's on the log scale. So keep that in mind. Let me just look at support resistance areas. So if that was our wave 1 or our last resistance that was broken, then big support will be down here. But that's down at 13, 14,000, which I do not like from Elliott wave perspective, because we cannot have for a 4 touching wave 1. So let's look at what else we can see. If I just get out of log, and this is our support areas over here. So we had huge amount of resist support over there, and guess where we are? Back to that area. We bounced there 3 times, came back to it, and we bounced and made a little spike. I don't think it's gonna, like I said, I still think it's gonna do pierce right through it, make the little new low and go. You'll always hear me talk about when it breaks the low or breaks the high, be careful, because that's when you could see reversals. Now, back in October, those who were following or watching my videos, please go back and watch them now if you like. They're still on YouTube. I'll say to you guys, when we get to the top here, be very, very careful. If we can't have a very strong bull run out of this area, we will turn down again and make this flat. And this is exactly what happened. So that was a high. For those of, let me go daily. So the breakout traders would have seen this going right through and they start buying. Came back down and they would be, oh no, and then came out again. Yes, let's add some more. And I think they're going to the moon. And that's the trap, guys. And then it turns around and brings you all the way back down to the last lows. Now, since we're at the last lows, you should expect a bounce. But again, what's going to happen? Most likely will break that first and then get that what do you call it? The money sitting down there, get this buyers in, and then go. All right, so just be careful of that. So do not trade breakouts and so on. If you want to take breakouts, guys, always make sure it's in the trend. So you always wait for something like you got 3 waves down, get a breakout, a retracement. So you go up, come back down halfway, then you can go for the buy. That is a breakout. not at the highs and not at the lows. All right, so never at new highs or new lows. You do not take those breakouts. All right, that's your tip for today. Moving on, let's go to, let me just see something. Okay, so I've still got this wave 1, 2, 3 going down to here. If I look at my other chart in BTC, this is the one I shared with you guys the last few weeks, last few months actually. Since it came down there was a short from there and a short from the top. This yellow line is still the old line I put in there. So it did came down, did bounce, and it did break through. So awesome. I'm happy when it follows my lines. Now we're in the big buying box area. My buy zone is anything between 24, 25, and I think it was 19 or 20,000. Okay, so hopefully we won't break 19. I don't like to see 19 broken, but anything above that, I'm very happy with the bounce from there. What's this BTC chart? This one has only got, this one's got more detail on, let me just go to 4 hour. There's something I might have put you, okay. Okay, good, it's going up now. Yesterday I accumulated some right over here. Let me just show you right on this area. Okay, why did I do that? Because I believe this could be an A, this could be the triangle, and I'm waiting for this to be another quick 5 waves for a C, which is probably going to go 35 or so, 34, 35, could even be 36, I suppose. This is going to be crucial area. If it doesn't break through here with a massive pump, I still think it's going to turn there, go break the new low down to 24s, low 20s, whatever it is going to be before it turns up. And that will be the wave 5. So for those who are following me on my Discord channel, there's a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, wave 5, maximum pain, and then we go. So look at this now. Lots of supports, lots of wicks. Let me just go to... Okay, so you get a massive pin bar there, very bullish look, but then it just stopped and didn't go anywhere else. That to be doesn't look like a wave 2, it looks more like a wave B, and that's why I'm expecting one more up to wave C. Now this will get a lot of people sucked into buyers. Although yes, I've bought it, but I'm also very aware of what's going to happen here. So a lot of people buy in thinking this is it, and then it decides to do one more dip, and then it goes. So all I'm saying to you is, if you're holding, great. Don't worry about the next dip, because that is the last dip in my mind. This is not financial advice, but I just believe that this is coming to an end very, very soon. Okay, so I'm quite happy to see it's actually bouncing nicely from there. Great. Let's quickly look at other stuff. I'm just going to quickly go through these guys very, very quickly. What do we got here? Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum. Let me just go to daily chart. I don't know if you can see that. So also similar big expanding flat correction. The running flat didn't work out, so it's coming down to the bottom of the last support. I see 1, 2, which is your leading diagonal, 3, and now it's building at 4 waves up, or the 3-wave correction, like I mentioned in BTC. One more dip, and then we can go. Okay, so yes, it did turn exactly where I projected the 1.7, 1,700. Actually, just above it, 1,780. But I still like to see it piercing that before I'll be comfortable with it going up. So let's just see. Yep, same for XRP. Now, guys, those who don't believe in XRP, I understand that, but let's face facts here, guys. This is definitely a 3-wave correction, another 3-wave correction. That's a, that's a B. And now we're doing an ending diagonal in elite wave theory. So we've got our 1, our 2, our 3, our 4, and this is going to be the 5 and final wave, which is made up of that there, small correction, one more dip, very likely, and then we can go. All right. So those who are buying XRP and holding, guys, the end is coming soon. Not the end, but the turnaround area. Let me just see where this is. This is 42, and this one is at 36, 37, and 33. So I mean, right now we're seeing 42 cents. So if you're buying at 40 cents or you're buying at 35 cents, I mean, really, what's the difference? So hold on to that, guys. It will go and moon quite soon, I hope. So we're all waiting for BTC. Remember, if you look at every single pattern on a 4-hour, look at this. Here's your BTC pattern. Oh, let me go to this one. Zigzag forming. Ethereum, zigzag forming. XRP, very similar. ADA, similar. I mean, they're all doing the same thing. One, Harmony, I'm very excited about. I mean, this thing I've been tracking for a while, and I really feel this is going to be a good buy. So what I've done here is we've got our ABC or WXY going down, W, X, 1, 2, 3 waves down for Y. It has now gone and broken the very last lows over here. That was a major support. There's your resistance, there's your support. What did it do? It pierced that. Let me go to 4-hour. It broken that last low and then turned up. Okay. Is that the last low? I am not 100% sure. I mean, obviously, this could be the one. This could be the wave 2, and this could rocket now. But following BTC and all others, I think it's just going to. Let me just look here. Probably could do the same, where it is going to do this one small 3-wave here, one more dip, and then we can go. Now, I have got into the one yesterday afternoon already because I just feel that little dip is not going to worry me at all. I'd rather get in now. I do not want to lose out on this. Let me just see what there it is. So, I mean, if you imagine, it's now sitting at 5 cents and it goes to 40 cents again. So if we got in at just under 5 cents, 4 cents, I mean, that's 10x, guys. 10 times to the last high. So it's a no-brainer. Raven is also interesting, but it's not going anywhere. So look at BTC if you're following that. Zill's the only one that doesn't really give me a nice pattern at all. All I can say is Zill, it's a very good example of taking profits. So there we go. I was contemplating getting in there. Unfortunately, I didn't. Okay, so parabolic move, and look where we are now. Back to where we started. All right. So the lesson learned there is take profits when you can. Tron. Okay, Tron's looking nice too. I like the look of this. It's looking like a triangle for me. So I've got my, if you look at this, you've got our structure of a 3-wave correction there. A, B, C, and now we're building the D. I had a block here to buy, but since then it just went very overlapping. So I couldn't get into that because it's not an impulsive move. So because it's corrective, I'm expecting, let me just zoom out a bit more. Okay, so we should hopefully expect the same as all others now, doing a little bit of a correction up. Then one more dip. That'll give you my 3 waves to finish my wave E. Remember, E cannot go lower than C, which is whatever that is, 5 cents. And then from there, I believe we should be going. Just remember, E's can sometimes be shorter, don't have to touch a line, and they can turn up. Sometimes I touch it perfectly, sometimes I overshoot slightly, but they cannot go past the last wave C. So for those who are following Tron, it's also looking very good after a small dip to about 5 cents, 5.5 cents. Okay, it's Tron, SHIB, what's SHIB doing? SHIB I haven't looked at for a long time. Okay, so it is coming down to big support resistance areas down here. Let me just zoom out so you can see it. So the last support resistance areas. Okay, so it's actually hit those areas now. It's actually just tipped its toes into the box area, into the support area. Let's just see the last move down. It's 1, 2, 3 up to there. Okay, so anything can happen here. Could also do one more dip, obviously, and then start to go up. What else we got? Phantom. I think Phantom's one of those that look very good as well. Yes, it is. Phantom looks very nice. I must admit, I did have a bar zone right there. There's my box. And then it didn't quite reach it. It turned up beforehand. But luckily, it was just corrective. So, okay, I didn't get in. So now I'm waiting for it to finish this correction down to here. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one could be done and could go. but I could also, like I said, with BTC, do one more dip and then go. So Phantom's looking